What's going on? It's Chris, the Dating Doc, and I'm going to talk about a topic theme that may get some people very sensitive, get them a little bit butthurt, but it's important, especially as we try to define what an alpha is. Now, first off, I want to get this video monetized one day, so when I say next, hopefully it makes sense to you. But what I want to say is that you don't have to be a D to be an alpha. Okay, I say that again. You don't have to be a D to be an alpha. Okay, yeah, you can probably kind of figure out what the D means. Basically, you don't have to be mean. You don't have to be overly mean to be an alpha. And a lot of us in the manosphere think that that's the right example. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not. Okay, and I'm gonna give you some reasons why. First off, there's two types of alphas, right? To me, the true alpha doesn't get butthurt by taking advice from others, and advice that even if it's not going to immediately help them, right? That maybe they seek out advice on their own on how to grow their YouTube channel, for example, or game, right? They're actually looking at what their competitors are doing, who are the same people that they want to work with because they want to get some YouTube subscribers, right? But then there's still this D part of it that they'll go in and talk about others in the industry. I'm telling you right now, someone who has corporate experience, military experience, and has gone through networking mixers, those that act that way get ostracized and pushed away from their group. Okay, I'm telling you right now, because as you move up the ranks in the military, for example, those at the beginning, right, they like to talk smack. They get off on the fact that they can make someone look lower while trying to raise their own value. And that stems from a lot of insecurity. It really does. Because if you have your own confidence, you have your own expertise, you just lead with that. And I'm holding those accountable in the industry that feel that they have to talk about others to try to make themselves look all kinds of, overly better. They get ostracized in the professional sense. So what ends up happening is, let's say you haven't caught on to that yet. You haven't matured. And let's say you're a colonel or sergeant major. For those that don't know, these are high ranks in the military. And most of the time, by then, they should already get it. They should be mature enough to understand how to be calm, how to deal with city politicians, how to deal with other military leaders. They're ambassadors of maturity. And if you're not acting like that, you're not going to get those opportunities. You're seen as someone who's not trusted because you're probably going to gossip about others. You can't control your emotions, and more than likely, you're not a team player. Okay? What ends up happening in the manosphere is that you're only a team player if there's benefit to you, right? There's not this sense of like, let's just be stern and strong regardless. So you don't have to be mean. You can still be direct. Okay? You can still be stern without being seen as weak, and you could still be a follower and still be a leader. That's actually one of the terms that is used, is to be a good leader, you have to be a good follower. So this confusion on what it means to be an alpha, that you have to be this overly A or D, right? You can figure that out, okay? A double hockey, you know what I'm saying, right? You don't have to be that kind of person. And you can still be strong and still be humble. And now the other type of alpha is going to say, well, that guy's weak because he's not being loud and proud, or he's not being, he's not being obnoxious. He's not being red pill. That therefore he must not be alpha. Look at the shirt I got. Okay. I'm proud, responsible dad. Okay. I do take pride in that. But it takes a certain calmness and discipline, and I can still be stern. To me, that's true alpha. So for those young viewers that you make your trip around the manosphere, right? Whether it's red pill, whether it's MGTOW, whatever kind of sphere you're in, okay, realize that these YouTube personalities may or may not be your example. And I don't want you to think because they have a lot of viewers that they're supposed to be the example. Okay? Think about it like this. Some of the most dangerous people in the world are very calm. Okay, I'm talking Russian mob bosses, Italian mob bosses, members of the Yakuza, world leaders. And some of the most dangerous martial artists or UFC fighters are very calm, they're very stoic, and they're very alpha. If you mess around with one of them, it's as easy as saying, get rid of them, right? They don't have to get boisterous. They don't have to act a certain way to prove their masculinity. Don't have to do that. And you especially don't prove your masculinity by directly talking about another brother, another fellow brother. It doesn't make sense. Or if you're a YouTuber, okay, if you're still sticking around, you're not overly sensitive. If you're another YouTuber that's talking about your own followers, those that might be investing monetarily in you, and yet, you're downing them. That, to me, that's not alpha at all. It's not. Okay. And I dare you to comment. I want to see how your school of thought is better than being mature and being a team player and actually being able to take advice and not being butthurt about it. I welcome that. Okay. I want to know how your school of thought is more effective in building community and being a true leader beyond game, beyond dating. Okay. The other thing too is you can still be competitive in a healthy way, okay, without feeling that, now you feel a little weak because you lost. Okay. Again, when I did a lot of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu back in the days, when I tapped someone out or I got tapped out, it was the same reaction. Now, when I started, I would spaz out. I would think, oh man, I got to like spaz out and show my strength. And the blue belts on up would tap me out because they're very calm about it. They're very chill. And on top of that, they're able to help me out. Okay. And in turn, they took advice because at that time I was a younger military officer. I gave them advice if they're military on things that help them in their career. And I felt like I could still provide them that advice, even though they just tapped me out, right? I didn't get overly sensitive. Again, to me, that's more of a true alpha. Okay. And so I don't want you to get caught up drinking some people's juice. If you know that reference, 10 points. Okay. That's Jonestown type of reference there. Old cult, read up on it, Jim Jones. I'm gonna look up my notes here real quick. And lastly, is that some of these folks, right? If you don't agree with their way of thinking, then they see you as weak. And I think I've made that point very clear. Don't fall into that. Okay, don't be the type of person that you can have friends. Okay, you can have friends that are not all alpha. Okay, you can be a leader outside of YouTube and game. Okay, it's going to take a lot of cultivating those kind of traits. So I'm going to wrap up the video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Click and subscribe. It sounds very cliche, but it does help because I'm learning more that the more that people are able to subscribe and see my content, then the more we get to spread some love and some true actionable information. And share this with your friends. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm up for suggestions. Okay, I don't have all the answers, but hopefully I can provide some guidance that can help you get your own answers cleared out. So thank you for checking me out, and stay tuned for the next one.